After another disappointing Sunday for the Carolina Panthers, head coach Frank Reich is officially out. We dig into what this means for the team moving forward and take a look back at the coaching history. The Carolina Panthers have fired head coach Frank Reich before even completing a full season. The team says assistant head coach Deuce Staley and quarterbacks coach Josh McCown will not continue with the team. This comes after the team's 10th loss of the season. The team owner released a statement earlier today following the announcement about Coach Reich. It reads in part, quote, "I met with Coach Reich this morning and informed him that he will not continue as head coach of the Carolina Panthers. I want to thank Frank for his dedication and service, and we will wish him well." It's been a rough season for the Panthers, especially after their recent loss against the Tennessee Titans. Their record now stands at 1-10. Nearly 11 months ago to this day, the Panthers officially hired Reich. Now in March, Reich and the Panthers traded star wide receiver DJ Moore and the Panthers' first-round pick next year to the Chicago Bears in order to get the #1 pick in the 2023 draft. Coach Reich was given the power to help decide who that pick would be, which turned out to be Bryce Young. Reich started the season in control of play calling, but after losing 6 straight games, the head coach relinquished those duties to the offensive coordinator Thomas Brown. That relationship lasted only 3 games, with the Panthers securing 1 victory in that stretch. Despite the minor success, Reich took back play calling duties last week, citing his experience. Reich took over the reins after former coach Matt Rule was fired 2 years into his contract. Before heading to Carolina, Reich was fired as the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. He was let go from the Colts midseason last year after a little over 4 seasons. During his time there, he had 41 wins, 35 losses, and 1 tie as head coach. This year wasn't the first time Reich was part of the Panthers organization. He was actually Carolina's first ever starting quarterback in their inaugural season in 1995. He threw the first touchdown pass in franchise history. This isn't the first time the Panthers lost their head coach mid-season. Just last year, Panthers owner David Tepper fired Matt Rule after starting the season 1-4. When Rule was fired, Steve Wilks was hired as the interim head coach. While many thought Wilks would get the official title in the offseason, he did not, and is now the defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers. Before Matt Rule era, Ron Rivera was head coach. He was fired by Topper in 2019 after joining the team in 2011. Rivera was also let go mid-season with a 5-7 record. He is now the head coach of the Washington Commanders. The recent changes have caused a lot of reactions from fans across the country. As you can imagine, fans right here in the Triad are expressing their opinions on social media. We got to speak with one superfan who says this move to fire Frank Reich was too soon.
It was too early. Sports just don't work that way. You got to give people time to develop. He had an off season and he had 10 games. We just didn't have the playmakers. I mean, Adam Thielen's doing a great job. Adam Thielen's doing everything the receiving core needs, but we don't have anything to break away for Bryce Young. The O-line can't block, and the injuries are just killing us. I mean, you seen last week we had just 4th-string linemen come in to finish the game. I mean, the injuries are killing us at this point.
Another Panthers fan seems to disagree, stating this move couldn't have come at a more perfect time.
The right move was made today, and I'm satisfied with it. I think a lot of fans will speak to that as well. So now we just move from here. We go on. They should have came earlier than now. Some say you could have gave them the rest of the season, but we're already, all these games in, 11 games in. So come on now, how much time do you need? Especially if you like a genius in your profession and what you do.
Although both fans shared alternate opinions, they did share one common opinion. They were both interested in North Carolina native and former coach Steve Wilks' return as head coach for the Panthers. Chris Tabor, the special teams coordinator, will take over as interim head coach. Tabor is in his 2nd season with the team and his 15th season in the NFL. Before joining the Panthers, Tabor was the special teams coordinator for the Chicago Bears from 2018 through 2021, holding the same position with the Cleveland Browns from 2011 through 2017. The team owner, David Tepper, announced some other coaching changes this morning. Senior assistant Jim Caldwell will be a special advisor to offensive coordinator Thomas Brown, who will take over play calling duties. Here's a look at the schedule for the rest of the season. On Sunday, they will be in Tampa to face the Buccaneers in a New Orleans on the 10th to battle the Saints. They are back home on the 17th and on Christmas Eve to play the Falcons and the Packers. On New Year's Eve, they are in Jacksonville and will wrap up the season back home against the Bucs. Bringing it back to yesterday's game, the Carolina Panthers battled a new opponent for Week 12 of the NFL season. The team went head-to-head with the Tennessee Titans. But for the 10th time this season, the team fell short a touchdown, resulting in yet another loss for the Panthers. After the game, we were able to hear reflections from quarterback Bryce Young and now former head coach Frank Reich.
We all feel it. Obviously, it's it's difficult. We all don't feel great, but we just lean on each other in these moments. That's really all we can do.
Tough loss. Give the Titans credit. They played and coached better than we did. We have to find a way to win close games.
We are expected to hear from the organization tomorrow. Panthers owner David Tepper and interim coach Chris Tabor will be speaking to the media at 10:30 in the morning. We will have a crew there and we'll be live streaming the press conference on our website and on our YouTube channel.